Hey everybody, it's Tori from Avalon Enchanted. It is Thursday, November 7th. And if you are catching this as the encore presentation that we post to YouTube, thank you. We try and put more content on this stream that we put up to YouTube. So thank you for that. Please do hashtag replay just to let us know how far the video goes. That helps us out and also helps us know kind of how things are going with our posts. Okay. I do have some things to talk about, which I'll talk about after we hop off the Facebook reading. So I'm going to bring that up now, and then we'll get started. So get ready. It's funny, always trying to do all this multimedia stuff is a little crazy. Let's see. Let me go here. And I need to go here. So I'm just going to wait for some people to hopefully hop on. If you're catching this as a replay, please do hashtag replay. That just helps us know how far the video goes. Preferably, we'd like you to try and catch the encore presentation on YouTube, which is under Avalon Enchanted and Tori McNally. So let me just do what I need to do to copy and paste this. So give me a sec. Let's see. I know, buddy. Hi. Hi, you're a good boy. Think we are good. All right. So, hey everybody. I just posted this onto my personal page. If you're on, please say hey, let me know that you're here. Let me go back to the other page so I can read what I need to read. All right. So I just posted online 3 cards, a card for A, a card for B, and a card for C. So a card for A is this card. It's the cave. Okay, the cave. Right. And this is A, retreat, time out, self-care, slow down. The card for B is soul agreement, soul mission, soul plan, soul purpose. Okay. And then the card for C is the sanctuary, harmony and balance, joy and contentment. There, that's better. All right. So I am working with 2 decks this evening. I'm working with the Ancient Stones Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. Those are the oracle cards that are the ABC cards. And then the actual reading is with my Chakra Wisdom Tarot set by Tori Hartman. And it's funny because I don't usually use these. And I came across them the other day. I'm like, oh, new deck, or new I haven't used in a while. So I'm like, I should start really trying to use these. I like the fact that it focuses on the chakras and color and everything else. So I'm going to start with doing the reading for A, which is the cave, the retreat, timeout, self-care, and slow down. Okay. Retreat, timeout, self-care, and slow down. Oop. There. All right. So let's see what we have for A. Okay, 2 of Cups. Justice. So this is for the week of November 7th through November 13th. Ten of Cups ahead of us. Ooh, good. Ooh, 10 of Coins. Ooh. Empress. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about with the reading for A, which is tied in with the cave, retreat, timeout, self-care, slow down, is that there is a lot of red, a lot of yellow, and a lot of green. So to me, that is the root, the solar plexus, and the heart space. First, right out of off the bat. Okay. If you have been working through some things, the neat thing is that you are at a point where you have been maybe forced to maybe make some decisions, and you are now in the process of having or making those decisions, and the decision that you make is going to be in your highest and best. Okay. So what do I mean by that? I always say that if something doesn't feel right, then you always ask yourself, is this in my highest and best? And do I want to do it? If it's something that is in your highest and best and that you want to do, great. If it's in your highest and best and you're like, yeah, no, I don't really want to do it, then, think on it, you know. Um, but to me, this is 10 of Cups, 10 of Coins, the Empress, the Hermit, the Page of Wands, the Fool, which is all about new adventures, 3 of Coins coming together, Chariot, forward movement. So to me, this is whatever work you've been going through, whatever you have been trying to work your way through. Hey, buddy, it's going to be successful, and it's interesting because with coins, I always say that it's abundance. And abundance can mean a lot of different things. It doesn't necessarily have to mean financial. It can, but it doesn't always have to. Okay. So it's about happiness and just overall wellness and things like that, I feel. So to me, the decision that you maybe made by working through whatever it is that you've been going through, by focusing on giving yourself time to kind of step away, is giving you almost like a trajectory launch pad of things that are going to come in and happen, but in order to do that, you got to slow things down. You got to take care of yourself. You have to remember to, regroup and take some time out in order to do that. It's there. It's just one of those things where you might find that you have to um, do a little bit of downtime. And there's definitely forward movement, new adventure, new opportunities coming in. just do it slow and methodical. But time is important. Retreat time, downtime is definitely going to be really important. The interesting thing is we have the Two of Cups, which is always a partnership, a joining. We also have the Justice card, which is, it could be legal stuff. So it could very well be that something's happened legally, and that has caused you to kind of take a step back and like reevaluate things and kind of slow things down. The other interesting thing to mention is with the Justice card, she has the sword, but she also has the scales. So the need for balance, okay? And then the sword is cutting away any ties that you don't need, you know? And I almost feel like that's one of the reasons as to why A is focusing on the cave, the retreat, the timeout, the self-care, the slowdown, okay? To me, it's almost like a womb. It's almost like going back in and recharging, okay? And I feel like the recharge is going to be quite prominent, you know, so give yourself that time to do that, okay? Give yourself that time to do that. Again, focus on the roots, focus on the solar plexus, and focus on the heart space in particular in order to allow this reset button, you know, to step forward and for you to take that time that you need, okay? So that is for A. Let's take a look at B. And B was soul agreement, soul mission, soul plan, life purpose. So let's see. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got. Let me just do a shuffle-roni here. So what's going on? I hope everybody is doing better now that we're finally on the other side of all this craziness that has been coming up. It's interesting because I really feel these next weeks all the way up to the end of the year and even into January, you're going to find that there's going to be people that are shifting in and out. I feel out of friendship groups. I also feel like you may very well kind of need to be more on heightened alert. With some places and things. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Okay. And I also feel like we're going to be in really kind of some unexpected times. All right. There's just going to be a lot that comes in. There's going to be a lot that you're going to have to kind of really pick and choose that's coming in, and really sitting with it and allowing yourself to kind of focus on the discernment with it. Okay. That's kind of what I'm feeling for the energies that are coming in. There still is a lot of energy that's coming in that is causing you to be distracted. So that's one thing you definitely want to make sure that you are focused on, not, you know, try and not let the distractions get in your way. And then the other part is that you really do need to vet this energy. Okay. You really do need to vet this energy to make sure that it is this energy signature that you need to be focused on. Because I feel like there's going to be some energies that feel very similar to what we're used to, but might be kind of a little bit of an impostery type of deal. So be careful. Okay. Be careful. Let's take a look at B. Like I said, soul agreement. And now with using this Chakra Wisdom Tarot, like I said, I like the fact that we have colors, and I think that's so important. So that's something I want to focus on. First thing that I want to say is that we have a ton of yellow, again, solar plexus. Um, little bit of blue, a little bit of red. So obviously the red is the grounding, the anchoring, the root. The blue, um, or actually, sorry, purple in either indigo or violet, whatever you want to call it, is much more high conscious stuff. But yeah, yellow is definitely predominant, um, which is solar plexus. The other one is green, again, which does bring in healing. It does bring in the opportunity to slow things down and nurture. So let's see what we got going on. Um, just looking at things off the bat, I see a lot of swords. I see a lot of swords. But swords are not necessarily a bad thing. And it's interesting. The reason why I'm saying this is because um, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which has swords that pop out at me. We have the Ten of Swords, which is upside down. We have the Three of Swords, which is also upside down. But we also have the Ace of Coins, which is a great, great card. And the card that sticks out for me right now is the Magician. Um, somebody that very much is all, how do I say this? They have all the tools in front of them. It's just a matter of figuring out how to process things and proceed with things. Okay. Um, there's a lot that's coming in with people who've chosen B, the soul agreement, soul mission. And I can see where this would definitely tie in with soul. There is the need to be grounded, there is the need to be anchored, and those tend to be on the very bottom of the spread, which is kind of neat. Um, but there's also a lot of manifestation in order to bring what it is, your life purpose in, so you can really utilize that and fine tune that and allow yourself to maybe go into meditation with it and figure out what it's asking you to do. Okay. Um, there's, like I said, with the swords are tricky because they can be protective, but they can also be on the offensive, right? And I do feel like there's with the fact that the swords are upside down, I almost feel like whatever has happened, and you're kind of on the other side of it, and you're kind of coming out of whatever happened. Does that make sense? So I feel like there's a lot of things that are coming in, you're just going to be needing to really kind of push yourself to find your way. And for you, it's a matter of really finding what your soul mission is, really defining your soul agreement, your life purpose, and to kind of utilize that energy to really dig into that. Okay. That's what we're getting with B. And I think a lot of that is really going to be focused on manifesting. We do carry a fair amount of intuition in our solar plexus. So that makes perfect sense. We have the Three of Cups, which is a great card. It's all about celebration. The Ten of Coins is crossing the Queen of Coins. Um, like I said, we have the Ten of Swords, which is a yellow card. We have the Three of Swords, which is also a yellow card. So for me, this is a huge focus on using your solar plexus to manifest and to calibrate your energy to be able to tap into that. It may very well be something where you need to focus on expanding your bandwidth to do that. Okay. So if you've been thinking about maybe taking a leap of faith in order to explore what your path is, this would make a lot of sense. Um, and that means that there's going to be a lot that needs to be done with the solar plexus. Um, but we also need to be grounded. We also need to be anchored. We also need to be keeping an open heart and an open mind. And then the other stuff will come in the way it's supposed to. With the Magician card, it's all about starting something new, and being a little bit unsure. And that's okay. You're going to find that this is a process, and it just is going to take time, and it's going to take some energy to figure things out, you know? It's not something that you're going to find is going to happen immediately, but it is going to be something that you find that does happen for yourself. Okay. What else? Let me see. Trying to figure something out. Give me a second. All right, I'm still broadcasting, so that's a good thing. All right, so that is the reading for B, the soul agreement. And let's take a look at the reading for C, which is the sanctuary. The as I had mentioned before, we put the, as I like to say, encore presentation of the reading up on YouTube. And so after I send it up to YouTube, um, as a public video, I plopped in the link for that video into our Facebook page. So that way you can actually go online and view it on YouTube. Okay. With that being said, there's a lot more that is added in terms of content on the YouTube feed than say on the Facebook feed. So this is something that we do as a way of getting people over, yes, to our YouTube page. But it's also something that we use as a way of being able to talk about some different things that maybe where you don't always talk about on Facebook. I'm just in the process of making sure all the cards are going in the same direction before I do the reading for C. So I can't believe that it is already the 7th of November and Thanksgiving is 3 weeks away, which makes Christmas three. Let's see. 4, 5, 6.5 weeks away. That's scary. That's just scary. We had some amazing things that were going on in Wickford Village for Halloween. We did a lot of really cool classes, either both online and also in person at the studio for October. And we had a lot of really cool events that I was really thrilled with. We are actually gearing up for some cool stuff for November and also December within Wickford Village and also at Avalon Enchanted. There are some things that are coming in that I can't mention quite yet, but we will definitely let you know when we make that announcement. Couple things I just want to quickly mention though, as I'm looking at the calendar, so bear with me. Let's see. So Cindy is going to be doing a class on Saint Germain, who is the Chohan of the Violet Flame. What does that mean? He's an ascended master. What's an ascended master? Think of it as a very high energetic spiritual teacher that may have gone through different incarnations, different life experiences, or not, to be able to guide and coach individuals on this side of the veil. Okay. So when I say ascended master, I say think Jesus, think Mother Mary, think Buddha, Kuan Yin, etc., as part of the ascended master crew. Okay. So Saint Germain is an ascended master. He has a really interesting story. And like I said, he works with the Violet Flame. Many say that Saint Germain is tied into some interesting historical figures. So Cindy will be talking all about Saint Germain and the Violet Flame, because the Violet Flame is a flame of transmutation. Transmutation is literally turning something in from one item into something else. It's part of, I guess you could say, alchemy, right? So really, Saint Germain was an alchemist. He definitely has a very strong signature vibration like Merlin has, a very similar vibration. And so Cindy's going to be talking all about that. The other thing I also want to mention is that on the 14th, so that's on the, I'm sorry, Cindy's class is on the 12th. On the 14th, I am going to be doing our this month's free Zoom meditation, with it being November, and we're focusing on thankfulness and gratitude. The meditation night on the 14th on Zoom is going to focus on gratitude. It's going to focus on working with the angels. And it's also going to focus on manifestation. So that's going to be something that you might want to work with to help you get through the holidays. That might be something that you might find really useful. It might very well be something that is very healing and soothing for you. So that's going to be happening. We got Wickford Harbor Fire on the 15th. We got, let's see, we got Violet Flame, Cindy's Violet Flame Healing Circle on the 25th of November. Oh, I forgot. This Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday. Totally forgot about it. And Merlin's yelling at me in my head. We're going to be doing a Merlin Spirit Circle. Like I said, Merlin and Saint Germain have a very similar vibration. So that will be interesting, because Merlin has been popping in a lot lately and has been asking me to do some more work with him. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of cool things that happen with that. And then we go into Thanksgiving. The 30th of November is Small Business Saturday. And with that being said, we will be open on Small Business Saturday from 9 to 6 that day. So if you are in the process of doing your holiday shopping, the plan is to open early so people can hit us before they might even be able to hit some of the other shops. So that's going to be going on. There'll be different things, offers and specials and things like that we'll also work with. And then, like I said, we roll into December, and then December is a complete and utter blur because December, let's face it, goes by way too fast, right? Way too fast. So December, I gotta pull out my calendar that I don't have with me. Oh, I do have it because I've been working on it. So first thing I want to mention is that in Wickford Village, Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming to Wickford Village, the first full week of December. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it means that the 5th is the tree lighting, okay, at 6 p.m. That means that on Friday, the 6th, we have Santa arriving by boat, and we have horse-drawn carriages through the village. That means on Saturday, and this is definitely kid-friendly, on Saturday, we have Santa coming at 11 a.m., and we have an elf reception at Sweet Marie's, and then we have a lot of other specialties that are going on that day, including horse-drawn carriages from 1 to 4. And then on Sunday, there's also an elf parade. Yes, an elf parade. That's at 12 noon on Saturday. And then on Sunday, like I said, we have Santa coming again at 11, and then we have horse-drawn carriages throughout the day again, right? So that is kind of like what's going on in the village. You lay that on top of what we have going on program-wise, and we have a very packed month, right? So a couple things that we have been working on that I'm really excited about. We are going to do a very special cacao ceremony on 12/12. for those of you that know, 12/12 is a portal date, just like 11/11 would be a portal date, or 5/5 would be a portal date, or 1/1 would be a portal date, right? 8/8 is Lionsgate, that's a portal, right? So 12/12 is going to be a cacao ceremony with the two Marys. And when I say that, we focus on Mother Mary and we focus on Mary Magdalene. We're both ascended masters. So that will be a real heart connection to be able to connect with Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene during this cacao ceremony. Okay. Cindy is also going to be doing another Violet Flame Circle on the 17th, which is a Tuesday night. I will be reading on December 14th, actually at A Touch of Magic. What else is going on? I'm going to be doing another Zoom class on the 20th. That one's going to be a little bit different. That one's going to actually be by donation. So that one is going to be something that I'm really excited about. And I have some ideas, which I'm not quite ready to talk about, but they do tie in with winter solstice. Okay. Then on the 21st, we have a winter solstice table tipping, which I think is going to be really, really amazing. That is a part where the celebration of what the darkest day of the year is. Okay. We also have another really interesting event that we're doing in December. It's actually December 28th, and it's the revelation of the Magi, the three ascended masters. So that one is going to be really, really cool. I'm really excited about that one. Again, it focuses on the energy of ascended masters, but it has a really special and unique twist that I think people are going to be really amazed by. So that's where we're going with that. So let's talk about C. And let me also just take a quick step back. January and February, we got some cool things going on. We got some really cool things going on. So check back. Check our Eventbrite page. So, follow and like our Eventbrite page. That's going to give you the opportunity to follow and determine when new events come out. Okay, so you don't want to miss that. We will also post the events on Facebook, so you can also access them through Facebook as well, and it will take you to Eventbrite. But I would recommend that you actually follow the Eventbrite page, so that way you are aware when things come out, because we have a limited amount of space, literally in our space. Okay, so that's something to think about. All right, so sanctuary, or I should say the sanctuary, harmony and balance, joy and contentment. All right, harmony and joy, balance and contentment. Let's see what comes out. Okay, 9 of coins, the moon, Queen of wands, death, 6 of swords, 7 of swords, 4 cups, 3 of coins, 4 of coins, Ace of cups, 2 of wands, and the 10 of wands. All right, let's see what we got going on. The first thing that pops out to me is there's a lot of blue and a lot of purple. Blue is throat, focusing on literally using our voice, standing in our power, speaking our truth, right? And purple is our connection to spirit, our connection to source. So we got that. Now, what else do we got that's interesting? Wands, wands. It's interesting because we got a little bit of everything. We do have some swords. Um, we do have some wands. We do have some pentacles. So to me, this is kind of like a really well balanced reading, or a really well balanced spread, because literally we have all of the colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet, all in the reading, which to me is making sure that, again, you're grounded and anchored, so that way all of your chakras are connected and messages will drop in. Again, harmony, the sanctuary, and balance, joy, and contentment. And I do see this. I mean, to me, the Three of Coins, I'll show you this one. It's very cheery, it's very bright, it's very much about, um, energy of the sun. The Ten of Wands is also very cheery and bright as well, right? But in this case, the Ten of Wands has a slightly different message. It's about carrying the world on your shoulders. So to me, this basically is saying that there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot that you have in your ability to do or not do, to take on or not take on, and that even means the ability to take on too much. So you do need to really be careful. You do need to really make sure that you're not taking on more than you can chew, okay? But I also feel like there is a shift about moving through things. So if you've been struggling to kind of, um, work past something, I feel like you're making your way out of whatever darkness or whatever thing that has been kind of holding you back. Okay. Um, and I do feel like there's great things coming in. There's going to be a need to make sure that you're cautious. Okay. There's a need to make sure that you're filtering a lot of the stuff through your heart space. And there are going to be some things that you really truly want that may not necessarily come to fruition quite as you would like. Okay. So I am going to say that. But that's not to say it won't come in down the road. All right. Um, the other thing is, be open. Four of Coins, this guy is always very much like has everything like closed into him. And to me, there's a need to make sure that you are opening your heart space. Okay. Um, listen to your guidance. There's a lot of harmony here. You have to work for it though. Um, things don't come easily, as we know, but things do come when they are supposed to. Sometimes they come as tests and lessons. Sometimes they come as rewards and joy. And right now, there is the sanctuary in terms of bringing in the balance, the harmony, the joy, and contentment. And I feel like you're going to bring in this harmony, joy, and balance and contentment by doing the work, by moving through what it is that you need to move through, and filtering everything through your heart space. Okay. Again, it is hard work. Ten of Wands definitely shows that, but we have some, almost, I'm going to say, decisions to make. Hey, Jane, how are you? We have some decisions to make in terms of some directions that we can go in, with C here. Um, Again, it's really about the discernment and asking, is it in your highest and best? Do you want to do it? And does it make sense with your path at this time? So what I am going to say for people who choose C is, take the time to sit in meditation with what it is that you do want, okay? With what it is that you feel you do want to bring in. And I also want you to also bring in the energy of harmony, bring in the energy of joy and abundance. Again, focusing on manifesting, it will come in. And I always tell people, you got to be really careful about how you speak to yourself or how you speak about yourself. or how you speak about different situations, or how you write about different situations, even thought patterns, right? So be careful with that this week, because it could potentially bring things in that maybe you um were not quite what you wanted. All right. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Um, Let me just take a quick peek at one thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. It's kind of interesting the way that this book, or I should say this deck, um, is put together. It's a little bit different than what I've been normally used to. So give me a sec. I know it's not in the major arcana. No, what is color? Not blue. Not. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay. Let's see. So it's interesting. The things that pop up, I should say the words that pop up around the Seven of Swords, and I wanted just to kind of talk a little bit about the way that this particular card is showing, it is displaying, right? It's really a focus on almost like a magical mindset. And the words that interestingly enough focus on this are about resolve, faith, forcefulness, leadership, and things like that. So it's also about your more internal moral compass. Um, it's also a nod to focusing on the divine feminine, especially in this reading, because everything is very much divine feminine. So if you have been focusing more on a masculine side or doing much more in terms of business, now is the time to do more in terms of receiving. Um, we'll do focus on more about receiving the energy. It's interesting. We always say masculine is pushing out, where feminine energy is pushing in, right? So that's something to think about. Um, there's a lot of strength in this reading for C, and it's all dependent upon utilizing your sanctuary and utilizing the tools that you have in your toolbox to bring in the joy and the balance and the contentment, and to bring in the magic. Be aligned with the spirits, be aligned with the spirit world, right? um there's also a warning. I almost feel a little bit of self-sabotage. With the Seven of Swords, sometimes we do have the self-sabotage part, but I feel like there's it kind of comes from a place where maybe we don't necessarily feel like we're worthy ultimately when the self-sabotage happens. So that to me is important, that you are worthy of harmony, you are worthy of the balance, you are worthy of the contentment and the joy, and not to let yourself be talked out of that. Again, it has to go with how you speak to yourself. So that is super important. But again, there's some great things coming in. There may be some things that you're kind of gonna need to kind of figure out how to wrap your arms around. But like I said, there's a lot of strong divine feminine in here. It's balanced, and it's a huge focus on new creations and directions to go in and putting in the work. The work, it's funny because people will say if you love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work. To me, what I'm feeling is, yes, this is work. Yes, this is what you love to do or would like to do. But do it, make sure you're doing it as savvy as you can. Okay. Be savvy about it, think things through, and sit with things that you need to sit with in order to create this environment for yourself, this balance. And that's where the sanctuary really comes into play, having that, literally having that spot maybe in your house, or going into meditation and meditating in your, higher dimensional um chapel or sanctuary or um what's the word I'm looking for, um altar room. Those are some things that you can definitely do, but there's a lot of great things coming in for people who chose C. So that is the reading for A, B, and C. Again, we got some cool stuff. Like I said, we got the Merlin Spirit Circle coming in on Saturday evening. We got I'm going to actually be doing readings at A Touch of Magic on Sunday, the 10th. Cindy is doing her St. Germain class on the 12th. We got Wickford Harbor Fire on the 15th. I am doing table tipping in Uxbridge on the 19th. Cindy's doing her Violet Flame Healing Circle on the 25th. And then we got Small Business Saturday on the 30th. And then we go straight into the holiday season, and we go strong until the end with the village doing all sorts of really cool events with Santa and Christmas tree lightings and what else? Elf parades and horse-drawn carriages and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So I would say check out I Love Wickford Village on Facebook, and that will give you the list of events and times if that is something that you're interested in. It really is a special time, and Wickford is so pretty during the holidays. Again, we do have a lot of interesting things event-wise that are coming up in December. A cacao ceremony for the two Marys, like I said, on the 12th. Again, I'm reading on December 14th at A Touch of Magic. Cindy's doing her Violet Flame Healing Circle on December 17th. I am leading a Zoom class by donation on the 20th. That is going to focus, I think, on winter solstice. And the 21st, winter solstice table tipping. And the really cool event, which I'm really most excited about, is actually the revelation of the Magi, the three ascended masters. Hey, Betsy, long time no see. That one I'm really excited about on December 28th. So, and then we dive into 2025. There are going to be some specials that are going to be coming up for December with me. I'm not quite sure what Cindy is planning on doing, but we will have some different reading specials, especially as we are getting ready to get rid of 2024 and bring in a new year. 2025, I think, is going to be an interesting year. We just need to get through 2024. So, I hope everyone is well. And if anyone has any questions, message me. You can also email me at Tori, that's Tori, at avalonenchanted.com, or message me on Facebook, or even on YouTube, because this video is also going to be going up to YouTube, like I said. And like I said, we also added more content on the YouTube version. If you're looking for a reading, message us. If there's anything that we can do to assist you, let us know. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hold on, folks. So I want to do this as this. What did I just do? All right. So what do I want to talk about? I got some interesting news to talk about. Yes, we have some really cool events that are coming up in December. That Journey of the Magi, I am really super excited about, because it's thought that the three wise men were ascended masters. And so we're going to be connecting into those three ascended masters to discuss a bunch of things, and to also touch upon their wisdom for the world as we herald in 2025. That's going to be really cool. Like I said, January is going to be packed with a lot of stuff. I was actually working on some of that today, during my lunchtime, and we have all sorts of stuff, from making your own oracle card deck, to table tipping, to doing another Zoom by donation, to probably another Egyptian Zoom class, depending upon Muhammad's availability. February, we also have some other cool things, a whole new series starting probably in February that's focused on the elements, in terms of the different zodiac signs, in terms of the different seasons, and the elements. So we have something that's coming up with that. And then we also have something that I'm going to tease now, okay? But I'm not going to necessarily disclose everything. But we have some things that are coming in that potentially are going to be really soothing, inspiring, and I feel like these things are going to also allow people to focus on their healing and rejuvenation. So exciting stuff coming up for 2025. It's just one of those things where we got some cool stuff that I have to get through before I can talk about it a little bit more. But there's something coming in specifically, literally coming in specifically and literally, that I was called to do, that I think will be really interesting. And I think tying it with Ascended Masters is also going to be a really cool way of exploring a lot of that energy. That's going to be healing and rejuvenating. So anyhow, so remember how I mentioned that I would be going to Mexico in December? Sorry, folks, that's not happening. Plans have changed a little bit. So that unfortunately got scrapped, but we will do that at another time. Cindy may very well be doing a broadcast or two from a place, a very happy place in December. Matter of fact, one of the happiest places. I'm going to say that and leave that there and let Cindy talk a little bit about that when she's ready. But we will see what she decides to do. She may just shoot some videos and then do something later. I'm not sure. There's some other things that are up the sleeve, shall we say. But I hope everyone has a good night. I hope everyone has a good weekend coming up. It's weird as far as some of the stuff that I was talking about last week. The way that the cards were rolling, the outcome of what happened this week was very different. I am not quite sure why that happened, why that all of a sudden turned 180 on the cards. But I'm not the only one that that's happened to. So with that being said, it's definitely going to be a very interesting time, and 2025 is going to be an interesting year. So let's see what comes in. The only thing I can say is, instead of being focused on the downside of it, we need to focus on the healing. We need to focus on the positivity and staying strong, in order to help the planet, in order to help everybody work through all of this. I think ultimately what needs to happen is there needs to be a lot of energy that is purged out of the planet, purged out of everyone's energy field, almost like hitting a refresh button and just kind of starting at ground zero and allowing ourselves to kind of go from, what is it, out of the box, point A, energetically speaking, and do a lot of purging. So if you are somebody that is an energy worker, I definitely encourage you to do what you can in order to help people with that, and really focus on the healing, focus on the bringing in joy, bringing in, what's the word I'm looking for? I know I saw it on here. Give me a second, I'll find it. Sweating already. Something very specific that I'm looking for, that I saw, that really kind of made me kind of go, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This is what it is. This is what I found really interesting. Someone asked me, aren't you worried about the state of the world? I allowed myself to breathe and then said, what is most important is not to allow anxiety about what happens in the world to fill your heart. If your heart is filled with anxiety, you will get sick and you will not be able to help. So that, I feel, is very, very strong, and is also something that we really, as healers, need to take to heart, take to deep emotion. There was another one that I saw that was kind of like that, but that one really, really hit home. It had to do with not focusing on the worry, not focusing on the anxiety, because when we focus on it, we bring it in, which makes it worse, right? So focus on filling your heart with joy, focus on filling your heart with happiness, and ultimately filling the universe with happiness and love. And if you need to take a step back and breathe, then do so. But what I'm trying to say is, as somebody that's placed on this earth to help the earth and to help other people, I know for me, I need to focus on filling my heart with love, filling my heart with kindness, and peace, because that's what needs to emanate out. Okay. That's what needs to emanate out to everybody. If we are coming at things at a place of anxiety and nervousness and grief, then we're going to have more of that. And that's just going to make us and the universe and the world, literally the planet, in a funky space, you know? So the best thing that we can do as light workers, healers, etc., is to not allow anxiety to creep in, to focus on the energy of love and joy and peace. Shine that out to the universe, shine that out to everybody else. So that way we can continue to help. And that is our way of also helping. So hope to see you next time. I believe you will have Cindy next week for the Ascended Illuminations reading. If you want a reading, let me know. If you want a reading by Cindy, you can let me know. I'll certainly pass that along to her, or you can contact Cindy directly. The website is Avalon Enchanted, and the email is Tori@avalonenchanted.com. So, hope you enjoyed the encore presentation of this week's Ascended Illuminations reading, and take care. That's all for now. Bye.